Hi guys! It is officially Galleyathon round 2 and I'm so excited to be joining in again and co-hosting again. Clearly I'm a glutton for punishment, but I'm really excited to be involved again and I'm really happy that it is just turned midnight for Monday the 10th and we are doing a live sprint. Brooke is running the sprint. I said I'm going to join in for about 15-20 minutes because I have work in the morning, so I do need to go to bed. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read for the next 15 minutes and then I will just chat to you guys tomorrow and fill you in. I'm currently reading Safe by S.K. Barnett, which came out in June. Clearly I didn't get to it in time, so I hope to finish that this week and that'll be my first book. I've got to go out soon and then I have to go work. It's going to be a fun day, but I'm going to get a lot of reading done because I take the bus to when I go to work and I'm taking the bus where I'm going today, so I can get a lot of reading done and I'm very excited about that. I think I edited on 21% last night, which was pretty good. Not long, when I hit 25 I can put off my first thing on the stepping stones for the self-care kingdom, which is really good. When I finish the book, I can cross it off because it's already released and I'll finish a book. So that's off the bingo board. Things are going well and I'm very excited. So I'm going to see how much reading I'm going to get done. I'm sadly going to miss the 11 o'clock sprint that Brooke's doing, but you know, I've got work, it's fine. And then I will be back at 3 for the next one. And then I'll be doing the evening one, so that's going to be great. So, gonna get ready to go. I just don't want to go out in the morning, it's so early. I'm just going to let you know about prompts. I know in my TBR I declared that I was going to be reading When Life Gives You Mangoes and Dark Waters. Yeah, I can't do that. Basically, I want to prioritise books that are out already because I have so many that are already out and I want to sort that out. So I don't want to do When Life Gives You Mangoes, that's not out till October. So I'm going to switch that out and change the prompt because the prompt is the newest book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to interpret that a bit differently. I'm going to now interpret that to mean the newest book that's just been released. So Cinderella is Dead and Playing Nice are both out. Oh, they both came out on the 6th, so I can choose either of them. So I'm going to pick one of those. And 1 minute. And then Dark Waters, it turns out, was actually a sequel, so I've crossed that one off because I can't read that, so I had to message Netgalley and be like, "Soz, can't read it, didn't realise." So that's one book off already. But my oldest one was actually Safe by S.K. Barnett, which I'm reading now because I was meant to read that last month for Alphabathon, and I ended up switching it out for something else. So at the time of me filming my TBR, it was my oldest book. Oh wait, no. At the time of me filming my TBR, Dark Waters was my oldest because Safe was meant to be crossed off. But now, because I didn't end up reading Safe, it's not crossed off and I can't do Dark Waters, so I'm going back to doing Safe. Basically. It is boiling in this mask. Don't even know if you can hear anything I'm saying, but you know, I'll chat to you in a bit.
actually quite late. It is 8:30 in the evening. I've been at work all day and doing so much, so as soon as, well, from when I last updated you, I haven't read. And then I came home. I got home at about 4:30, quarter to 5. I chilled out. I booked Centre Parks, so we're going on holiday. Booktube getaway. Whoop whoop. Um, and basically, I've just chilled out for a bit. I've done quite a bit of reading. I'm now up to 37%. I got to 29% when I got to work, so I've not read too much. I'm just kind of taking it slow because with it being my first day physically back in the office, it was quite jarring. Um, I haven't really left the house much since March, like, not purposefully. Like, I've gone to the shop when I've needed to. I went for a walk the other week and stuff like that, but I haven't gone out since March. Like, I went to the shops a few days ago on Saturday, and that was the very first time. And then I went right into the town centre for work, so I was very anxious. I kept my mask on the entire time just to be safe because, I don't feel perfectly safe, especially with it being the first time in so long, because I feel as though, because I haven't been out for so long, my immune system might be a little bit weak right now. And I was scared that even taking the mask off outside, I could get anything at all, and I didn't want to get ill. So I kept the mask on. And as a result of that, I got a banging headache because I was overheated and very dehydrated. So I came home and chilled out. But I'm reading the book. It's taken a very different turn to what I expected, which is very interesting because I kind of had a prediction of where I thought this was going to go, and I don't know anymore. I'm currently reading Safe, which is about a girl who went missing when she was 6 years old, and she's now 18 and returned. But there are then questions going around of where's she been, why is she back now, and is she safe? And that's what it's about. And it's taken a. I made a prediction, and it has taken a very different turn from what I expected. And I like it because I like that I now have no idea where this is going, and I like to predict. So I have a sprint at 9 o'clock, so in 25 minutes, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping I can get quite a lot read in that sprint because this sprint is going to go till 10:30, I think. I haven't decided. I'll make it up as I go along. I was going to do one till 11 o'clock, but then there's another one at midnight, so didn't see the logic in that. So I'm going to do it till about 10:30, then people have an hour and a half break, do another sprint. My goal is to get to 50% today, and I'm working tomorrow from 4 o'clock. Ideally, I'll finish this book tomorrow. That is my goal. And it'll be really good because I'd love to cross it off. But if I get to 50% today, it means I can move another spot on the self-care board, and I'm very excited to see what I can do. I might have a pamper day to really make me feel better after going into the office for the first time. So I've got a lot to look forward to. So what I'll do is I'll kind of catch you up a bit later on, just before I go to bed, and let you know how I do.
Good morning, everyone. I didn't update you last night. I read so much. I'm actually really, really proud of myself. I got to 57%, which is really good. I hit my 50%, so as according to my self-care kingdom, I was allowed to do something self-care related. So I decided to stop and watch some YouTube videos last night before I went to bed. And now I'm awake. And I feel really tired, and I don't know why, because it's 10 o'clock. Like, this is a lion for me. I was up quite early yesterday, and I did a lot for work, so clearly I was just absolutely drained. But I'm very excited because I can now host the sprint that is in about 40 minutes. And that'll be great, and I'm really excited to get more read because yesterday... Is there a flash on the screen then? Because yesterday, sorry, I keep changing hands. I'm just waking up, so all of my body is just like. Yesterday, when I finished reading Safe, and I got to the 57% mark, I was desperate to carry on. It was so interesting, but I knew I was tired, And I thought, no, you need to stop, you need to take a break. Come back tomorrow, you'll probably love it just as much. And I'm so excited to carry on because when I stopped, it felt like everything was changing, and now this big mystery is building, and I'm like, ooh, I want to know what happens. And I'm really excited to see where it goes because it's a strange combination. It has a level of predictability, but not at the same time. Like, I've predicted a few things for how this book's going to go, and everything's come true, but a lot earlier. Because every time I predict something, I'm going to be like, so it's going to be like, this is how it's going to end. This is going to be the big ending. And now I'm 57% of the way through the book, and it's happened 3 times where I've predicted what the ending is going to be. And whilst the event has come to be, it's come a lot earlier in the book, and I'm like, oh, so now where's this going? And I'm really looking forward to finding out where this is going, and it'll be fun. I don't know what I'm going to read after Safe. I decided I really want to prioritize books that are already out or books that are very, very close to coming out. Like, I think the next one for me due out is on the 20th of August. I don't remember what that book is, but it is. So I'm going to try and prioritize reading that one this week, and then prioritizing books that are already out. So I'm not going to stick too much to the TBR in general. I'm going to interpret them differently. So the newest book, the newest one to come out, I'm going to do that. And regret requesting. I'd like to get to Cinderella is Dead, because for me that is a regret requesting one. Just because I don't regret requesting it, but I've heard some bad things. Like, Brooke really didn't enjoy it, and I really trust Brooke's opinion because she's quite harsh. So if she really likes it, she's still harsh towards it. So if she doesn't like it, I know there's a good chance I really might not. Like, she's very harsh. But she just didn't like it at all, really. So I'm intrigued to see where that goes. I might try that one next. I think it'd be quite nice. It'd be a nice breakup from this thriller one. I don't know. I'll just have to catch up with you a bit later on. I'm really excited for the sprint. You have no idea. So I'm going to go get myself ready. I'm going to have some breakfast before I start the sprint. And yeah, I'll chat to you later. So I have a prediction on how this book is going to end. There's been no evidence to suggest that this is why it's going to end this way, but I made this prediction purely because I read a play about 6 years ago now, and it had a similar plot, and that was the ending of the play. So I don't want to say it because I know there is definitely at least one person, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know. There are people who might want to read this book, so I don't want to give you my prediction because, it kind of spoils what's happening. But I have a prediction on how it's going to end, and I'll be very interested to see how that goes, and I will keep you updated and see if it is correct. Ooh. So I just hit 75%, which means it is time for another space on my self-care board. And I'm going to go with it being lunchtime, I'm going to go with have a snack. So I'm going to make some lunch. And I have some brownies. So I'm going to have a couple of brownies and my lunch. And that'll be my snack. And then the next time I check in will be when I finish the book. And I finished my first book. So, as rules of Galleyathon state, once you get to the 25% mark, I have to cross another self-care thing off. So it's time for a dance party. Okay guys, I am currently reading Cinderella is Dead on my Kindle.
And I think I'm DNFing it. It might come as a shock to a lot of people because I know it's a very highly anticipated read. It's quite a hyped book at the moment, but I'm just finding it really boring, and I can't pinpoint what it is that I don't like. I'm not interested. Like, I'm 8% of the way in, and I started this book at 5 o'clock, and it's now 9:30. That's 4.5 hours, and I've got 8% of the way into this book. So I don't think this book is going to be for me. I think it's time to DNF. I haven't officially asked, but like I was going to say, I was going to put a poll up on Twitter. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking for permission to DNF. I was going to put a poll up on Twitter and say, hey, I'm not enjoying it. Should I? But I think I am. I think I'm going to. I'm also not really in a good mood right now. I've just got a lot of things going on at home, so I'm trying to work my way through them, and I need a book that's really interesting and gripping me to kind of, I could use it as a form of escape and stuff like that. And this book is just making me very miserable because it's so boring. So I just think I'm out for this one. Maybe I'll pick it up at the end of the week if I have time and I just think, you know what, I'll give it a fair shot. But I don't think this book's for me. So I'm gonna end up calling it quits now. I'm gonna put a post on Twitter for about 10 minutes and see how many votes I can get and see if anyone says carry on. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits for now because I just don't think it's my kind of book. So I'll probably start a new book tonight. I don't know what I'll start, but I'm gonna leave it there. I don't think I'll update you again today because it's getting on a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna read another book tonight. I'll hopefully start another one, but nothing enough to update you with. And I'll just chat to you tomorrow.
A few moments later.
Hey guys, I'm back. It is actually Thursday now. I didn't film anything yesterday, so I'm sorry about that. But I just didn't really read anything. I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't enjoying reading at all. But I knew that the books were good, so I knew that it wasn't like a case of the book's fault. And I thought, well, I don't want to end up disliking this book because I'm not in the mood, so I just kind of took the day off. I did read a bit, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I didn't really vlog anything yesterday because I just thought I'm just sat here staring into space listening to music. There's no point me vlogging that experience. And then this morning, I have had work all morning, so I'm just going to start reading now, which is good. But just to update you, because a couple of things have changed. I said last time that I DNF'd Cinderella is Dead because I just weren't feeling it. It was not the right book for me, and I think it had taken me about 4 or 5 hours, and I'd done 8% of the book. And I just thought that's not something I need to be associating with right now. So I put that down, and then I let Brooke choose my next book, and she chose Imperfect Women by Araminta Hall, and that is actually really good because that is a book that is coming out on the 20th of August. So I was like, perfect, can get it read, get it reviewed before it comes out, sorted. And I don't know why I was enjoying it, but I wasn't in the mood for it. So I ended up not reading much of that yesterday. And then yesterday evening I felt a lot better, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to read because I joined in the mega midweek sprint, which was 3 hours long, which was really useful. And I thought, I'm not feeling this, so I'm quite worried. So I ended up putting that one down for now, but not permanently, just for now. And I picked up I Made a Mistake by Jane Corrie, which came out in May, and I read that for the sprint, and I loved it. It was definitely just something what I needed. I Made a Mistake is kind of a classic thriller. Just from the start, it's very fast paced. Something's coming, you're like, oh, okay, let's build up, and it was just easy to read. Imperfect Women is a very, very interesting book, but it's one of them slow burn books, and at that time when I wasn't really in the mood for reading, a slow burn book was not what I needed. So I'm going back to Imperfect Women after I finished I Made a Mistake. So that is my goal now. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, so that is my goal, just to finish those two books by the end of Galleyathon.
and I'll be happy because then that'll be safe that I got rid of. I got rid of Cinderella is Dead because I DNF'd it, and then those 2 books. That'll be 4 books read this week, and I'd be happy with that because I've had quite a slow month, so I don't want to push it. I've had a very chilled month and a relaxed month because it was very intense last time, and I thought I'm just going to take it easy, and I want to stick with that, so I'm not putting any pressure on. But I think reading 2 more books this week is easy enough in my head. I shouldn't say that, but in my head I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So I'm looking forward to it. Don't really have anything to update you on because, you know, not much has happened. I haven't read today, so I can't really update you on how I'm feeling. So I'm just going to disappear, and I'll chat to you a bit later on in the day, probably just after the next sprint that's happening. See you soon.
So I may have forgotten to update you at all yesterday. I got up to 49% of the book when I went to bed last night, which was good. I was quite annoyed that I couldn't get to 50. There was one chapter that would have ended me slap bang in the middle of 50%, but I was just like, I'm too tired. I can't do it. I can't. So I'm quite proud of myself for that. I'm now 56% because I've not long woke up, so I've just started reading. So, yay! And I'm very excited. I have a busy day today. I had a very busy day yesterday with work and things like that, so I didn't really get too much reading done. Today I have to go out and meet a friend and then come home and do a lot of work. But we are doing the live reading sprint tonight, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully get some good reading done then. And we have the lovely Kira joining us, hosting a sprint. I won't be available, maybe. I might be available, but there's a good chance I won't be. So I'm hoping that goes really well. Best of luck, Kira. And yeah, in regards to this book, I'm just going to switch hands. Because in regards to this book, I like it. I've just woken up, can you tell? I like the book. It's okay. I expected it to be a lot more high action and high intensity, but apparently this is another slow burn. It's like we're told from the start this is happening and we're just seeing the build up, so it's quite a slow one, which is actually okay because I felt the same about the Imperfect Women, that it was going to be a slow burn and I need something a bit quicker when I wasn't in the mood. But it started off fast, this one. So I was like, yes, I'm in it. I'm glad it's not a slow book. And then when I realised it was a slow book, I was kind of out of the need of a faster book. So I'm okay with this. And I'm hoping I can finish this book tomorrow, early tomorrow, like lunchtime. And then I have the rest of Saturday and then all of Sunday to finish Imperfect Women. That is my goal.
Remember where I got up to when I left, which is pretty stupid of me, but I've just gotten up to 73% of the way through this book just from reading on the bus there and home. So I'm really happy with that because that is a lot more of a progression than I wanted. I can't remember if I said I wanted to get to 60% or 70%. I think it was 60 because I only read 50% of the book this morning. So I think I wanted to get to 60 before I left. And now I'm on 70, nearly 75. I'm happy with that. So we've got the sprint at 8 o'clock. It is currently 3:45. So I'm going to chill out, read a bit. I do have work to do, but I might just do it tomorrow. I'll see. I'll do it at some point. So I might just chill out for a bit, read. I need some food because I'm starving. And then do some work, ready for the sprint. I'm loving life. So, I just finished I Made a Mistake. It was a good book. My views on this is that I felt it was a very good book, I loved how the characters were developed. I loved the idea of the storyline. In terms of the characters, I felt as though I really enjoyed their development. I really cared about all of them. But I did take issue with a couple of things. Primarily, the ending was quite predictable. I kind of knew what was coming. I mean, the book kind of gave it away because they had a perspective on someone, and I was like, why? Why is this perspective here? What's happening? And I just thought, obviously, this is going to be a big player for the ending. I thought clearly this person's going to have something to do with it at the end, because otherwise, why are we getting such a big amount of like page time on you? So that kind of gave it away. And for me as well, I just felt it was very predictable. I didn't mind because it was a good book anyway. I didn't mind the predictability, but I don't love being able to guess the ending. I love guessing the ending. I love reading books and I get it right. That is the best. But when it's just so obvious, it's a bit like, oh, it takes the fun out of it. And that's what I love about thrillers. I love guessing. So, yeah, that's how I felt about that.
Good morning, everyone. So, I've just done a little teeny tiny bit of reading, and I got up to 20%, which is very good, of When Life Gives You Mangoes, just in time for the sprint. I'm hoping, with as quick as it is, the sprint's only an hour long, so I'm hoping I can get 10% done, hopefully a bit more, but I'm just going to set myself small goals so it's easy to achieve. So I'm looking forward to reading it. It seems cool. I'm liking it. It's not the best thing I've ever read yet, but apparently it does happen. So, fun times. What was I going to say to you? Not much. There is something I wanted to say. I realised this morning that I had done 20% of Imperfect Women before I DNF'd it, and 8% of Cinderella is Dead. So, what I decided to do was combine them, so it was 28%. And so, what I decided to do was combine them so that it was 28%, and then use that as one of the spaces on my self-care kingdom board, because it totaled 28%, so I just said 25% self-care thing. So I've had a nice self-care morning. I've chilled out, I've watched some videos, I'm relaxing, and I'm happy with that. So I think I have 3 spaces left on that now, which hopefully I will get done. So we've just done the live sprint, and I did well. I can't remember what I started out at, because I think I got to 24% before the sprint started, and then I got to 35%. So that's not too bad for me. That is 10% because I'm taking it slow, I'm taking it chill. I also had to prepare. I'm just about to film the book tag that is due to go up today, and yeah, because I leave things last minute. We understand, it's fine. I'm just about to film that now, so I thought I'd just check in beforehand. 35%. I'm happy with that. I think I did quite well. I have to film this tag, hopefully get it up, because I'm hoping I won't have to edit much. I think I'm going to have to edit quite a bit. But I'm hoping I won't have to edit much. And then while that's exporting, I can be doing work, and then I can join in the 4 PM sprint. So yeah. I'm enjoying the book. I think it's good. It's interesting. I'm not a big fan of the character... Oh, what's she called? I don't know. Gaina. She's the friend of Clara. But other than that, the book itself is fine. It's interesting. It's a decent book. It's nothing special yet. But I was told that a thriller aspect comes in a bit later on, and that's where I will probably like the story. So I'm just giving it time. At the minute, it's a 3-star. You know, it's good. It's not bad. It's it's a decent book, but just not ideal for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go film this, and I will chat to you a bit later on. So I'm really ready for this sprint. I'm just going to put my Bucks Fizz body conditioner on as a bit of a face mask as part of my self-care routine. I don't know how this works. I usually just smash it on and then see how it goes. It's really nice.
Mother? Yeah? You're being shouted. You are? Sean. It is. So, I just apply it where I fancy, which is usually over my entire face because I'm like, and it's so beautifully smelled. What is actually in this? Why do my neighbours talk? Breakfast boost of grapefruit, orange and lime, which sounds stunning. So, literally just put it over my entire face. And then I'll leave it on for about 15-20 minutes and then go wash it off. But yeah, when life gives you mangoes, I'm now up to 50%. I haven't had my can yet, so I'm going to do that as well, so it's going to be a really nice day. So far, I think it's an interesting book. As far as I'm aware, it's a middle grade. Because I think that's why people really like it. Apparently it deals with some really big issues considering it's a middle grade. Which, if that's the case, great. So far, not much issue-wise. I'm not really sure where I'm standing with it. Like, I'm finding it okay, but it's nothing, like, spectacular. Now, I know because it's a middle grade, you can't really expect, like, a masterpiece. Like, that's what I'm always told. But I've read many in middle grade that have dealt with some really serious issues and told a really good story. And I just don't think this one's doing that yet. Apparently it gets a thriller element into it, which is quite interesting. But I am 50% of the way through. So I don't know when that's going to happen. But it is 7 o'clock dead on. So we're going to start the sprint. So I've just finished When Life Gives You Mangoes, and I honestly loved it. I thought it was so interesting. I thought for a middle grade, it was such a fun, easy story to read. And then the twist. It's potentially one of the best trope. I don't really know if it's a trope, but if it is a trope, it's probably one of the best tropes for me. I love when that type of thing happens in books. I thought it was really good. I gave it a 4-star rating. I think it was very well deserved. The only reason it didn't get higher for me is that I felt this ending. Before this ending, I felt as though it was a 3-star rating. And then when this ending happened, I was like, oh my god, it should be a 5-star. But I felt, because it was so late into the book, I think it only came into play about 85% of the way through. I kind of told myself that, sorry, a span. I kind of told myself that it was a bit too late. Like, it gave me great feelings towards the end, but the fact that it came so late into the story, it was a bit too late for me to make it a 5-star. But it was so good and I really enjoyed it. So a 4-star is very, very good. And I've officially finished my last book for Galleyathon. I still have a full day left. I still have about an hour and a half of the 3-hour sprint left. And I don't know what to do. I think I did say earlier, if I finished, I was going to read Loveless by Alice Oseman, because I have that as an art copy, and we are doing that as a group buddy read, me and a bunch of friends this month anyway, so I could just get ahead of the game. So I'm probably going to do that. I might continue reading for a bit, but chill out. I might continue reading for a bit, but I also think, well, I've just finished a book. Have a little bit of a break. Because that can be my self-care. So during the sprint, I might do that. I'll give myself 10-15 minutes of self-care break, and then I'll start on a new book. Woo! Okay, guys, I have decided to wrap up my Galleyathon vlog here. I have made it to 25% of Loveless, and I was going to keep filming as I did the final reading sprint, which we're kind of in the middle of right now. But instead I decided to leave Loveless where it was and pick up a physical book because I was just really in the mood for a physical book, and I think it's time that I started a physical book again. So I thought if I'm not going to be reading any more Netgalley books, I might as well wrap it up. We have the live show at 7 p.m, which I'm really excited for. Last time we did this, we got a lot of people joining and it was lovely. This year we seem to have more people joining in Galleyathon as a whole, so I'm hoping more people join the live show. That'd be really great. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some games. We're going to do the giveaway winner. We're going to be chatting about all the books we've read. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I think it's just a nice time for me to sign off now, and then I can just chill out and get ready for that this evening. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I've had such a great week. So that was my week. I really enjoyed this. Hopefully you did so well as well. Whether it's 1 book or 100 books off that TBR, it's a good step in the right direction. So let me know how you guys did. How did you do? Did you read 1 book? Did you take part at all? Are you interested in taking part next time? Like, how did you do? What was your favorite book? Like, there's so many questions I want to ask. Did you take part? Do you want to take part again in the future? How many books did you read? What was your favorite? That's what I want to know. And thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it when everyone watches. I appreciate it when everyone comments. And it has been such a fun week. But at the same time, I'm glad it's over. And that's what I love about Galleyathon. It's 1 week long, and that is the perfect length because you read your Kindle books all the time. It's just very constant. And then at the end of the week, you're like, right, I'm done. And that's great because that's when it's done. And I'm now ready and more excited than probably before to pick up a physical book again. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed and give us a thumbs up. Make sure you click the bell so you are always notified when I post, and make sure you leave me a comment down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you all later. So thank you again for watching.